a little birdie told me that when you were a little girl, you actually met Elvis.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you remember that? Do you remember?
It wasn't actually, you don't really meet Elvis, you actually just look at Elvis, okay? My mother sang with Elvis for years.
Yeah.
Her group, they were called the Sweet Inspirations. Yeah. They also sang for Aretha for many, many years. On most of the, in the 60s, they were on all of Aretha songs. Well, Elvis took a liking to them, and my mom sang with him for many years. And they were very close. Yeah. I just remember at one point being in a room, and we were all in this room, my mother and the singers, and we, the usually backstage kind of thing. And he just walks in the room with his mink on, with his glasses on.
Oh my God.
And he just walks in, he says something, and everybody just, you don't say anything, you just look. It was just one of those moments I won't forget as a kid.
Oh my
it wasn't
God.
like, hi, Mr. Elvis, nice to meet you. You didn't do that. You just sat back and just looked at him. He
Amazing.
Was amazing to look at.
Yeah.
Just amazing.
Wow.
And just to be in his presence was awesome.
That's when I left, we went to work for Elvis Presley for 5 weeks, and it was wonderful. He was wonderful. I loved him. He was such a gentleman and all that to me,
Tell me about that.
Well, when they first called, the girl said, Elvis Presley, oh my God, what are we going to do? I said, hey, it's a gig and it's a good one. So we went, and when we got there, it was nothing like what we might have thought, because it was just wonderful. It was really wonderful. He was into gospel. So every once in a while when we finished rehearsing with him, we just sing gospel, all of us, And we just had a good time. He would good money and good pay and it was nice atmosphere. And we didn't go around with him as his friends. We worked for him. So we saw him at work or at rehearsals. So I don't know what he did in between, nor did I care. I just doing what I was supposed to do. And we were. So people said he was prejudiced. I said, well, I never felt his prejudice. And I don't think he was prejudiced,
He treated everyone the same.
Yeah. He had black singers and white singers. He's had the Imperials, who was a men's group, very popular men's group. And we were the girls' group, the Sweet Inspirations. So
I think people have, certain stereotypes about him.
I think so.
Yeah.
Because he was a wonderful person, so good looking, you just didn't want to even look nowhere else. He was so handsome, but he was just as nice, fun. He cracked jokes and all that kind of crap, and you'd be singing, and he'd make you laugh and whatnot. So we had a good time. We had a good run with him.
Bringing me up here. So I went on in with the bag in my hand and handed it to him, Mr. Elvis, and he looked at me and smiled. He said, Mary, we can get by him, can't we? I said, yeah, we sure can. And he opened that bag up and went to working on them hot dogs. This is the house that Elvis bought for me. He bought it in 1974. And he came and picked the house out for me. And I liked it, and he liked it. So he said, well, Mary, this is your house, if you like it. I told him I loved it. It was really nice.
What can we do now?
He was just a sweet person. The last thing was that cheeseburgers. Saturday night, or Sunday night and Monday night, he didn't eat anything. I said, you're not going to eat anything for me before I go. He said, I ain't hungry. I just want to rest. And I said, well, okay then. Night-night, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. He called me May We. He said, well, okay, May We, I'll see you tomorrow. And that's the last time I seen him alive. That was 5 minutes to 2 in the morning.
Our soul has no color, has no barrier. But I also had a lot of good people that brought out a lot. I want to pay a tribute to a good friend of mine, Brother Elvis Presley, who opened up a lot of doors for me to get through. Elvis was a pioneer, and he came out 1 year before I did. He was out in '55, Heartbreak Hotel. And then I come in 56. And Elvis and I were very good friends up until the last minute of his bodily life. But he'll always live because of the fact he was such a beautiful man. I don't care what nobody say. I know Elvis. You know, there are a lot of rumors. Elvis and I sang spiritual together. And he'd buy any movie that I make, any film, he'd buy the film and close the theater up and show it. I love Elvis for being a man. I love him for what he's done for the people and the chance he gave me.
You know, you know how rumors get started when there's a big star or something. The people will start rumors. Well, he doesn't like this kind of people, or he doesn't like those people or that people. And I never got that from
Elvis Presley.
Elvis Presley.
Yes.
That's interesting. Why would it be Elvis Presley?
Because he's a very good friend of mine. I know a lot about him. I could talk a lot about him in a very nice way.
Right.
Well, he also did me a great favor once. I was in Hollywood, California, and I was playing a club called The Trip. And we're having a little difficulty getting people to come out, you know, at that particular time. So he came out twice for me. And, well, you couldn't get in. And they said, if Elvis go, then he must be, hey, let us go, man.
Elvis Presley. I love him. That's my buddy, my baby. I love him. We are very good friends. And it was a very great loss to the music world. Elvis is one of the greatest performers ever lived in this world. And electrifying, elevated. Oh, he's just, you can't say enough. He's just beautiful. I love Elvis.
Elvis Presley.